Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, retirement can give you these four things. So before we get started, you like my channel, please subscribe. Helps my channel grow. Along with that, feel free to leave comments. Love to hear from you. Love to know what you agree, disagree, and what you like to talk about. So with that, let's get started. So retirement can give you these four things: financial freedom, guaranteed income, time, and a new perspective. So currently, this came from Transamerica Insurance, and 67% of workers are confident that they're not going to run out of money. And 78% of current retirees are also confident they're not going to run out of money. And that's a good sign considering the current state of the country, the current state of the world. You hear a lot of negatives and, oh my God, this is wrong and that's wrong. And it's great to know that people still have confidence that things are going to go well and are going well for them. Now, you start your planning with what you want your retirement to look like. You should have a clear picture. So, and saving is only part of the picture. You have to have an understanding of your spending habits. What are you spending? What are you spending your money on? Things of that sort, to know that it plays a part in what you do. Excuse me. So in that, in the savings part, there's really two parts to understand, I should say, with your spending habits. And they are your needs and your wants. Understanding, having a clear understanding of that and how that works for yourself, that's an important thing to have. Let the beer truck go by. Heading to the country club for restocking time. So your needs and your wants. So your needs are, of course, things like your housing, your food, your insurance. Your wants are things like your travel, your hobbies. You need to match your spending to your income. You really have to have a balanced. So now when it comes time for RMDs, required mandatory withdrawals, you've got to be thinking about your life expectancy. And the 4% rule should be flexible. You really have to, you have to take a look at, do you need to adjust, and one thing when I say about that is you could tie your withdrawals to market performance. Take less in down years and take more in growth years. So really take a look at your withdrawal strategy. It just shouldn't simply be just a set number that you just take out. Be thoughtful about it. It helps your money last. The next is guaranteed income. So guaranteed income, is your pension, your Social Security. Your Social Security, for instance. Every year you go past your full retirement age, or FRA, you get 8% more in your monthly payments. So you can, and if you're willing to work or you want to work until you're 70, that adds up to 24% more that you're going to get, for that income. So it's important to know where your guaranteed income is coming from. Your 401k, a pension, Social Security, all of these things. Maybe some rental property, some rental income. Is it a side gig? Are you still going to work just to have some money coming in? So, guaranteed incomes. Next one, people probably will not maybe agree with the most, and that's time. But from my perspective, time is, when you're working, time is not your own. You are working for that job, whether you're sitting behind the desk or you're laboring, whatever it may be. The time is just not yours. You're punching a clock and you're there and you're working on projects. Sometimes some of that stuff affects what you do when you take it home and to finish it up and work on it, outside of work. It really consumes a lot of your own time. So it's truly not your own. So in retirement, time is used as you see fit. You know, for instance, right after the day after I retired, my wife and I went on a vacation. We went to Vegas. Just go to Vegas. We've been there many times. It's for fun. And while we were there, we decided we were having such a good time. We stayed a couple more days because I don't have a job to go to. I'm done. Time is my own. And it was a great feeling. In my entire life, I had never had that. I had vacations, many of them, but I had to be back to go back to work and return to that life. That was the first time I never had to, go back to a job. And it was a wonderful feeling, just wonderful. So, there is no deadline, so you can have, you know, you can have the time so you don't have to be back for anything. You can really just enjoy, what you're doing. So, and the last is a new perspective. Now, a new perspective really gives you the opportunity that once you retire, you change your priorities. And looking at that same study from Transamerica, their priorities once they retired became enjoying life more. What a surprise! And being healthy. So it's one of those things where you suddenly go, oh, I have the time to be more thoughtful about maybe your diet and your exercise. You never had time to commit to them. And exercise can be nothing more than just simply walking, getting out and enjoying, hiking, being out in nature, a great thing to do. But being healthy is important, going to help you live longer. And as for, the just enjoying life, you get to have a more positive view because you're not stressed by anything anymore. You certainly should be. You should be enjoying what you're doing, whether it's hobbies, travel, family, if that's what you desire, but you get a chance to enjoy your life more. So those four things. Let me know if you agree. Let me know in the comments below. So with that, I'm going to tell you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.